Have you ever crawled into bed after a long day only to toss and turn for hours? Or maybe you've woken up feeling more exhausted than when you fell asleep. If so, you're not alone. But what if I told you that some common bedtime habits, ones you might not think twice about, could be quietly putting your health at risk? A few months ago, a dear viewer named Harold shared a heartbreaking story. His 71-year-old brother Frank passed away in his sleep. The cause? Complications linked to habits Frank didn't realize were harming him. Today, I want to talk about 4 bedtime routines you must avoid after 70. Not to scare you, but to empower you with the knowledge that could literally save your life. Let's start with the first habit, one you might be guilty of right now. Raise your hand if you've ever thought, a little midnight snack won't hurt. Maybe it's a bowl of ice cream while watching the news, or a slice of pizza before bed. But here's the problem. As we age, our digestion slows down. Eating a heavy meal within 2 to 3 hours of bedtime forces your body to work overtime digesting food instead of resting. This can spike blood pressure, worsen acid reflux, and even led to dangerous sleep apnea episodes. Frank's family later learned he'd often eat a large steak dinner at 9 p.m. His doctor explained that the strain on his heart and digestive system during sleep likely contributed to his passing. Now, I'm not saying you need to go to bed hungry. Try a light, protein-rich snack like Greek yogurt or a handful of almonds instead. Your body will thank you, and you'll sleep like a baby. Now, let's talk about a habit many of us think is harmless or even helpful, but can be a silent saboteur. I get it. Nothing seems cozier than a glass of wine to unwind at night. But here's the truth. Alcohol might help you fall asleep faster, but it wrecks the quality of your sleep. It disrupts REM cycles, the deep, restorative sleep your brain needs, and dehydrates you, which strains your kidneys and heart. Frank's story? He'd have 2 fingers of whiskey every night to calm his nerves. His daughter later found studies showing that even moderate alcohol use after 70 increases the risk of arrhythmias and stroke during sleep. If you crave something soothing, try tart cherry juice. It's packed with melatonin, or a caffeine-free herbal tea like chamomile. Your body will recharge more deeply, and you'll wake up feeling like yourself again. These first 2 habits, late-night meals and alcohol, are so common, yet so risky. But knowledge is power. Maybe tonight you'll swap that nightcap for a warm cup of mint tea or enjoy dinner an hour earlier. Small changes can make a world of difference. In the next part, we'll dive into 2 more bedtime habits that are equally dangerous, including one that might surprise you. Until then, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed how late meals or alcohol affect your sleep? Share your experiences below. Your story might help someone else rethink their routine. Remember, it's never too late to take control of your health. Let's keep building these life-changing habits together. Last time, we talked about late-night meals and alcohol, 2 habits that might seem harmless but quietly strain your heart and sleep. Today, we're tackling 2 more bedtime routines that could be even riskier. Let's start with one you'd never guess is dangerous. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could sleeping position possibly matter? But here's the shocker. Lying flat on your back after 70 can worsen sleep apnea, a condition where breathing stops and starts during sleep. For Frank, this was a silent killer. His wife mentioned he'd often snore loudly, then go eerily quiet for seconds at a time. Why is this risky? Gravity pulls your tongue and soft tissues backward, narrowing your airway. Over time, this starves your brain and heart of oxygen. A study in the Journal of Sleep Medicine found seniors with untreated sleep apnea have 3 times higher risk of nighttime cardiac events. But there's an easy fix. Elevate your head. Use a wedge pillow or raise the head of your bed 6 inches. One viewer, Martha, wrote, "I propped myself up with 2 pillows. Now I wake up feeling like I actually slept." Small change, massive payoff. Let's be clear, never stop prescribed meds without talking to your doctor. But timing matters. Blood pressure pills, diuretics, or even over-the-counter painkillers taken at bedtime can disrupt your body's overnight rhythms. Frank's story. He took his blood pressure medication at 10 p.m. every night. His doctor later explained that blood pressure naturally dips during sleep. Combining that with medication can cause dangerous drops, leading to dizziness, falls, or worse. What to do instead? Ask your doctor about morning doses for blood pressure or diuretics. Avoid NSAIDs like ibuprofen before bed. They can irritate your stomach and disrupt deep sleep. Track side effects. One viewer, Henry, realized his bedtime allergy meds made him foggy. Switching to mornings gave him his clarity back. These 2 habits, sleeping flat and medication timing, might feel surprising, but they're game changers. Maybe tonight, you'll grab an extra pillow or jot down your med schedule for your next doctor's visit. In our final part, we'll wrap up with actionable steps to transform your nights, including a bedtime routine even your grandkids will envy. Until then, I'd love to hear, have you adjusted your sleep position or medication routine? How did it go? Your journey could light the way for someone else. Remember, Frank's story isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. You've got this. Over these last few weeks, your stories have inspired me, like Edna, who wrote, "I stopped eating after 7 p.m. Now I sleep like I'm 50 again." Or Carl, who swapped his nightly whiskey for chamomile tea and said, "My grandkids say I'm less grumpy." Small tweaks, big wins. Today, let's tie it all together and turn these lessons into a bedtime routine that's better than a spa day. Because you deserve rest that renews, not risks. Let's start with the win. Aim to finish meals 3 hours before bed. If hunger strikes, try a spoonful of almond butter or a banana. It's gentle on your stomach and packed with sleep-friendly magnesium. Next, swap that nightcap for something kinder. My go-to? Warm golden milk, turmeric, almond milk, and a dash of cinnamon. It's like a hug for your insides. Now, let's talk pillows. If elevating your head feels awkward at first, try a wedge pillow or even a folded towel under your mattress. One viewer, Ruth, said it felt strange for a week, but now she wakes up without that dreaded morning headache. And about medications, keep a log for a week. Note when you take pills and how you feel at night. Bring it to your doctor and ask, could timing affect my sleep? You'd be amazed how a tiny shift, like moving a diuretic to morning, can change everything. Here's the magic. When you fix your nights, your days transform. Imagine waking up with energy to garden, play with grandkids, or finally tackle that puzzle that's been gathering dust. Frank's family wishes they'd known these steps sooner, but his story doesn't have to be yours. A viewer named Walter shared this. After adjusting his sleep position and ditching late snacks, his afternoon naps vanished. "I thought I needed more sleep, but I just needed better sleep." Your body isn't a machine to push, it's a garden to nurture. Treat it gently and it'll bloom. Before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with this. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's your nightly reset button. A chance to heal, dream, and wake up ready to savor life. So tonight, when you crawl into bed, I hope you'll think of Frank's story, not with sadness, but with power. You've got the tools to rewrite your nights. To our community, if this series resonated with you, hit subscribe and join thousands of seniors taking charge of their health, one peaceful night at a time. Drop a comment below. Which habit will you tackle first? What's your favorite bedtime ritual? Let's build a library of wisdom together. And remember, aging isn't about losing sparks. It's about fanning them into flames. Here's to restful nights, vibrant mornings, and a life lived wide awake. Sweet dreams, my friends.